Hello, everybody. Welcome to NoCloud Office. It's 2:30 in the morning in Indianapolis. I have been delaying this video for 12 hours now, but the Hangover 3 came out, so, here we are. So this is going to be a brief demonstration on simple things like account creation, script management, information management, like your clients, and I'm just going to show you a few scripts and some of the features I have here. So first, we're going to go over account creation. It's pretty basic. If you ever set up an account for anything, which I'm sure you have because you've seen this on Reddit, um, then you'll be right at home. So the license key is going to be for any of the trial users out there who have a trial key, and the checkout for PayPal obviously is to subscribe for $45 a month. Once you create an account, you can log in, and you will be taken to the main page. You will see a list of clients if you have clients. And when you sign in, you'll see users, and then you have scripts to the right. And then you'll be able to run the script from there. To start off, though, you probably have a blank script list. If you need any scripts, I can give you them. In the near future, though, I will have a public scripts database that will basically just have a list of stuff I find very useful that you can just import into your own library, so you don't have to create them. Basically, though, we could take this script, for example, which is a disable account, forward email, and email the user that you're forwarding to script. So the purpose of this is so you could select multiple users, one user, disable their account immediately, forward their email to somebody, and then email that person to say, hey, this has been done. I find this kind of useful because it saves me 4 or 5 steps going through the portal and doing all this manually. So other things could be like a reset passwords and notify script. It's kind of the same thing. I use this mostly during migration. It allows me to reset everybody's password to something random because not a lot of people like to log in and do it themselves. And it allows me to email them pre-migration so they can have their password on record. And it will create a random password for everybody, which we'll go through in a second. So that's kind of about it. So basically, the only things you need to keep in mind in this in scripting is that anything that you want to change on the fly will have to be a variable with an @ sign in front of it. And there's only 2 predefined variables. One predefined variable is var user, which is going to be every user you select. So if you select 4 users, this line right here is going to be duplicated per user. There's a few options to duplicate the entire script. I'll show you that in a second. But for example, this var tech will create a variable on the fly that you'll have to fill in through a variables form. So if I didn't say this already, it's 2:30 in the morning. Again, random password is somewhere up here. Nope. It's in this script. Random pass, RND pass. Creates a random pass on the fly. We'll go through all that in a second. It's pretty simple stuff. But just so you know how to create scripts with the variable functions, that's what it is. So we're going to demo a couple of these on my personal account so I don't ruin anybody's mailbox. So the next thing we want to do is go to the information manager. It's going to allow us to add companies. So we're going to add one company right now, which is Netlink Inc. And Netlink admin, Netlink Inc.net. And this is just to keep a record of the clients that you want to log in against. And this is the logging tab, which just tells you what you've done. So in this case, I've created my account, logged in, added a client. It will log your scripts. It'll log the full script, error details, response details, etc. And you can clear it on the fly if you'd like. So we have Netlink in here, so we're able to log into the account. While it's doing this, it's adding all those commands at the top that let you connect to the online PowerShell and the local PowerShell. So when you write scripts, keep in mind that you don't actually have to add those forms and connect to them individually. It all is handled through this login prompt right here. It takes a little bit because it has to connect to both services, but that's just the nature of PowerShell, unfortunately. Getting mailbox stats, this thing takes a second. Okay, so we have a list of users in our account. I'm going to reset. Let's just do myself, Jack, and Dave. Dave's our intern, so he can get over the password change that I'm about to do for him. Reset passwords and notify somebody. So let's do this. This is my original favorite script. Click that, run scripts. It knows that there's variables in there. If it doesn't, then it won't let you put anything in there. So notes, you can add a notes field by adding this to the bottom of your script. And it, you can just put little reminders into what it's supposed to do. User to notify, in this case, I'm just going to say myself. And for our check music. And it'll give you a little preview for the script you're about to run. And you can see here that it duplicated the line, which isn't exactly right. What we want to do here is we want to send out two totally separate emails and reset for two totally different passwords, in which case it's not doing this. So this is the problem that was figured out early on. All you have to do is click run for each user in this instance, click preview again, and you'll see that it has properly created two separate instances of the script for each user. So I won't actually reset the password to this, take it back, because it's all in plain text, and that would be unfair to the both of us. But as you run the script, it'll go through here, go through the same connecting to PowerShell command, and it'll run the script. It'll give you results. It'll tell you if it failed, why it failed, based on PowerShell responses, and that's about it for that. Just an example, another one of my favorite scripts is this disable account forward email script because it just accomplishes so many things. I'm not terribly creative with this, but I imagine that there are tons of things that you could do to automate your process just by creating the scripts, and then you can retrofit that for all of your clients. So if you have 100 clients, you don't have to have 100 different scripts or change your script every single time that you want to do something for a client or tweak it. You get just one script that runs everything, one script to rule them all, for lack of a better. Actually, that's a very good analogy because everybody loves Lord of the Rings. So aside from the scripts, we have little basic functions that allow you to reset passwords on the fly, randomize passwords with the same R&D password convention that we have before, set it to expire, not to expire, who to email. If you want to email the user, obviously they won't get it, but it will be in their inbox the next time, so they won't call you saying, hey, I forgot my password. Eventually I'm going to have it so we can export everything to a CSV file, and you can have everything on record if you'd like. Permissions, you can add something like Dave, and then say, okay, give him permissions to Jack, full access, clear permissions. I'll be expanding on this further later, but for now this is just to quickly use some basic things that I'm sure a lot of you are using on a regular basis. Forwarding is kind of the exact same concept. If I want to forward to myself and say, okay, Dave's email is going to be forwarded to me, add forwarding, remove forwarding, and the data tab is going to be something I think neat later, which I will just wait to show you in a later video when I have it complete. So that's kind of the bulk of it. There's the support tab. You can look through a document that I've written, and we'll be editing as things change for an introduction on how everything works if you need a reference. Setting your password. If you need any help, my website is NoCloudLeftBehind.com. I can be 2:30 in the morning, reached directly via the contact page. It goes straight to me. If you need to extend or give away a license for a trial, feel free to ask. I'm able to give them out manually. And other than that, I hope you enjoy the software, and I hope to be catching up with you soon. Thanks.